Now, so we are going to start with the second section. So for the second section, we are going to look at blood vessels. Okay, the different blood vessels that is found in the human body. So we will be looking at their structure, okay, and function. So this will be the main concept or the main theme of this section, the second section. Okay, so if you look at the learning outcome, okay, you can see very clearly there are certain blood vessels you need to know their name. Okay, so you are supposed to be able to identify the main blood vessels to and from the heart, lungs, liver, and kidney. Okay, now before I continue, I just want to emphasize, just want to bring in some of this concept already. So any blood vessels or anything that is related to the lungs, usually you will see this word pulmonary. Okay, you will see this word pulmonary. So when you see this word, it is most likely related to the lungs. Okay, then for liver, okay, liver, when you see this word hepatic, okay, when you see this word hepatic, most likely it is related to the liver. So the blood vessels that is connected to the liver, okay, they will have this hepatic in their name. Then the last organ is kidney. Kidney, so anything that is related to the kidney, you will see this word renal. Then for heart, heart, okay, heart, actually there's also one word that is very much related to it. You will see this word cardiac. Okay, okay, again, I my English not very good the pronunciation sometimes not accurate but the spelling is correct. Okay, so anything that is related to the heart is called cardiac. Okay, but the blood vessels connected to the heart, they are not called cardiac artery or cardiac veins. Okay, then there is also another word that is related to the heart that you need to know. Okay, coronary. Coronary. Okay, so these two words, they are related to the heart. Then, so that is the first learning outcome. So you need to be able to identify the main blood vessels transporting blood to the organs and away from the organs, from these four organs that is stated here. Then the second part of this section, we are going to look at the structure of the three different types of blood vessels. Okay, arteries, veins, and capillaries. They are the three different types of blood vessels that you need to know, okay, for your syllabus. Then after we learn about their structure, you need to be able to link to their function. Okay, we'll learn about their function, and then you will try to link them together. Link the structure to the function or link the function to the structure. Okay, so this will be the learning outcome that you need to know. So let's take a look at the main blood vessels first. So let's start with the heart first. So there are four blood vessels. Okay, four blood vessels transporting blood. Okay, to and away from heart. Okay, there are four of them. Okay, let's start with the first one. The cava. Okay, vena cava. Okay, if you have your textbook with you, you can turn the page whereby you can see the circulatory system, the human circulatory system. Okay, then you can identify to locate where is vena cava. Okay, vena cava. Then the second one, okay, will be the pulmonary. Later I will draw a simple diagram to show you. Okay. Yeah, it should be inside your textbook. That's why you should bring your textbook or you should have your ebook with you. It doesn't have. Okay, never mind. Later I will draw for you. So pulmonary artery. Third one will be the pulmonary vein. Then the fourth one is the aorta. Okay, now, so some of the names already, from the names you can tell very clearly whether is it an artery or vein. Some of the names you cannot really tell. Okay, vena cava is a vein. Aorta is an artery. Okay, now, so the next thing is you need to know where is the vena cava, what is it, what is the function of the vena cava, and so on and so forth for the 4 different blood vessels. Okay, so to give you an overview first, so imagine if I were to divide the heart into 4 chambers. Okay, this entire thing represent the heart, the 4 chambers in the heart. Now I will be touching a bit on the structure of the heart, which is by right should be the 3rd or 4th section, the 3rd section of this chapter. Okay, but no choice. Okay, they are all interlinked. Okay, so each of these blood vessels, they are connected, okay, to different chambers of the heart. Okay, so the first one will be the vena cava. This is the vena cava. Okay, it will transport blood to the right atrium. It will transport blood to the right atrium of the heart. Okay, then after the blood is transported into the right atrium, it will then be pumped into the right ventricle. Okay, before it is pumped out from the right ventricle to the next blood vessel, which is called the pulmonary artery. Okay, then the pulmonary artery will transport the blood to the lungs. Okay, it will transport the blood to the lungs. Okay, so the blood flow will be in this direction. Then after the blood passes through the lungs, it will be transported back to the left atrium of the heart. Okay, this part onward, the content will become even a lot of details you need to remember. The content will become more. Okay. Now, then after the blood goes into the left atrium, it's transported back to the left atrium. When the left atrium contracts, it will pump the blood to the left ventricle. Okay, then when the left ventricle contracts, it will pump the blood out of another artery, another blood vessels, which we call aorta. Wait, my drawing not very nice. Okay, so this will be the arrow. Can? Now, before I continue, based on whatever I have just mentioned, can someone tell me what is the function of artery? Okay, I already tell you pulmonary artery is an artery, aorta is an artery. Then I also told you vena cava is a vein. Then pulmonary vein is also a vein. Based on what I have drawn, can anyone tell me the general function of artery and vein? What is the general function of artery and vein? Okay, very good. So general function. Okay, anyone still writing? Because I don't want to hear people chirp at me. Anyone? No? Okay. Okay. I'll wait for a while before I write down what you all just told me. Okay. So we are just talking about the general function first. Later on, I will tell you what is the specific function of each of them. Okay. Let's move on. Okay, the general function you need to understand to help you understand subsequently what I'm talking. So general function of an artery. Okay, transport blood away from the heart. Okay, then general function of a vein. Transport blood towards the heart. Okay, so this is the first when we talk about the function, when you learn about the function of the 3 different types of blood vessel, this is the first thing that you need to know. Okay, now if I were to tell you, the heart acts as a muscular pump. Okay, so if I were to tell you the heart is like a muscular pump. Okay, which will contract. The muscular pump, actually not very accurate if I just say the muscular pump contract. The muscular wall will contract and relax. Okay, now, so after I told you this, can someone tell me, will there be any difference in the blood that is being transported in the artery and the blood transported in the vein? Yes. Okay. So you all say yes. So what is the difference, or what are the differences? Sorry. Oxygen, amount of oxygen. The amount of oxygen, is it determined by the artery? By the type of blood vessel? Not really. No. So that one I will touch about it later. So when we talk about amount of oxygen, usually we link it to the lungs. If the blood just leaves the lungs, okay, it will have higher oxygen concentration. Okay, then if the blood came back from the rest of the body, okay, it will have lower oxygen and higher carbon dioxide. Okay, so you have not answered my question. So what will be the difference between the blood that is being transported in the artery and in the vein? Okay, I give you the hint again. I say the heart is like a pump, it's a muscular pump. So when the muscular wall will contract, it will pump the blood out of the heart into the blood vessel. Okay, so what will be the difference in the blood that is being transported? Okay, what will be the difference? Now I give you another hint. Oxygen, no. Oxygen, I just mentioned already. Oxygen, later we'll talk about it. It's more linked to the lungs. Now I give you another hint. All of you, I think you all have tried blowing air into a balloon, right? When we blow air into the balloon, what happened to the pressure inside the balloon? It increase or decrease? You don't know. Increase, right? Increase, right? So now, if the heart pump blood into the blood vessel, what will happen to the blood? Will have higher pressure. Very good. Then, beside higher pressure, when you pump something out, okay, the water or the air will be moving fast or slow. Fast. So the speed will be high or low? High. Okay, very good. So the main difference between the blood that is flowing in the artery and in the vein. So you must remember the blood in the artery, flowing in the artery, they are at a higher pressure, at a higher blood pressure, and a higher speed. Okay, then the blood that is flowing in the vein, usually they are flowing at a lower blood pressure and lower speed. Okay, can now to further build on this one, let's link to a bit to the structure, the function to the structure of the blood vessel. So if the blood flowing inside an artery is at higher pressure, higher blood pressure, and higher speed, okay, what will be the requirement for the structure of the artery? What will be the requirement? Thicker. What will be thicker? The walls will be thicker and elastic. Okay, very good. Okay, you cannot describe, you show me, fine. Okay, more elastic and okay, thicker. Okay, so what makes up the wall of the artery? Cell wall? No, cell wall is found in plant cell. Okay, muscle, yes, more muscular. Okay, so very good. So you must understand, because the blood is flowing at a higher pressure, higher blood pressure, and higher speed. Okay, the wall of arteries must be thicker. Okay, first thing must be thicker, more muscular, and more elastic. Okay, where else for the vein? Okay, for the vein, because the structure, the function, the general function is generally to transport blood towards the heart. And then the blood, because it is flowing at a lower pressure and lower speed, okay, the wall will be thinner. Okay, will be walls of veins are thinner, less muscular. Okay, less elastic. Okay, very good. Yeah. Now, let me see. Then what else? What else? What other differences can you think of? Okay, this for the structure and function. Okay, I just touched on some structure and function, very general structure and function. Any other difference can you think of? Just now I hear some of you mention another structure that is usually only found in vein. Related to the blood flowing at a lower blood pressure and lower speed. Okay, just now some of you were talking, some of you here were talking about this. Yes? Vast. Okay, yes, very good. Okay, so usually the vein they control, not control, prevent, to prevent the backflow of blood. Okay, so another feature that is related to the general function is the presence of valves. Okay, in vein. Okay, then absence. Okay, absence of valve. This is A, this is B. So absence of valve in arteries. Okay, can Then one last thing before we end today's lesson because our lesson only until 10:10 there are exceptions of valves and absence of valves. Okay, so I'm going to mention about it. So what are the exceptions? Okay, aorta, and pulmonary artery. Okay, the initial parts. Okay, the initial segment of aorta and pulmonary artery. Okay, have this valve which we call semi-lunar valves. Okay, have semi-lunar valves. Okay, so this is the exception. Okay, now then one more thing I want to mention you can only use this semi-lunar to describe the valves in the initial segment of the aorta and pulmonary artery. You cannot tell me there is semi-lunar valves in the veins. In the other veins, I will have to mark you wrong. Okay, so I better write here. This is correct if you tell me presence of semi-lunar valve in veins, I have to mark you wrong. Okay, the valves that is found in the initial segment of the aorta and pulmonary artery, they are described as semi-lunar. Okay, but all the other valves that is found in other in the other veins, they are not semi-lunar. Okay, you cannot use the word semi-lunar to describe it. Can? Okay, if not, I think we can stop our lesson today.